Section 10.3, the ellipse. An ellipse is a collection of all points in a plane, the sum whose distance from two fixed points called the foci is a constant. So let's see what we mean. So here is a nice picture that depicts that definition here. So it says we have two fixed points, so those fixed points being F1 and F2. Okay, and if I pick like a piece of string and I put it around a pencil, you can see that those distances, when I add them together, will be the same all the way around this thing. So if I pick, let's say, a point here, and I drew those distances there, it would be the same as the original ones that we have drawn on here. So if I add those together, that will equal if I add those together. So that's kind of the idea of what they mean by this ellipse. Now we're going to talk about a lot of components here to actually graph one of these and label all its components. So think about what we're going to need. We're going to need to know the major axis, the minor axis. We're going to have to know the vertices. Now the vertices are always on the major axis, and the major axis is always the distance that's the greatest from the center, and that'll always be the major axis. And the minor axis will always be the one that's the shortest distance. So with most of these problems, with all of them, except for the circle is just a special ellipse where they're the same. But this one's always going to have a minor and major axis, so that's something to consider too. We're also going to have the vertices, like I said, which are going to be on the major axis. And then F1 and F2, which are also going to be on that major axis. And then the center. So those are the components that we're actually going to be looking for in these problems. So just keep that in mind as we go through them. So we're going to have to find the major axis, minor axis, the vertices, the foci, and the center. And that means we'll have to know these distances then as well. And we'll get those. And actually, those are very easy to see once we set these equations up in the right form.